So you are listening to Bismi Palati on the show called Dominus Nisi. Today, I'm picking up the topic that floating around the news, and especially on the west side of Melbourne, and where I'm sitting is sort of like the core area with this incident. The incident is nothing other than about the childcare worker Joshua. Joshua, a 26-year-old person helping childcare industry with the many different shifts going around the west side of Melbourne, and not on the single place, but going in different areas with his expert way of helping people and engaging different community people, and again the admin area or management area. So it's very clear that he is very efficient in what is good at it. And at the same time, it is very clear that it was a real clear movement that he did for a very specific reason. I am thinking about this particular person. The first thought came to me about his parents. My gut feel as a mother or as a person who is working with families with different issues, working with broken families, I can clearly see that there is something wrong with his bringing up or his family, or there is something really wrong happened to him. I'm really saddened by looking at him and thinking about him as a person, because it's a soul inside him, and I truly believe that every soul in this world having a purpose, having a good purpose. And this is not the purpose that he has to do. Somehow, something is broken. So you may be thinking what I'm talking about if you do not know Joshua Brown, 26-year-old childcare worker that you can see in the newspapers and all the different social media. He's the one who did intentionally abused kids in the childcare, even from 6 months to 12 years, maybe. So around 1,200 kids has to do some different checkups because of the sickness or the serious transmitting disease that he may have or must have done during his working time in those childcares. I was deeply touched because my kids were also in the childcare. I got twin boys, and they were also in the childcare here and there, even though they were on having their full-time care in family care, they used to go to childcare, like this different childcare when my family care worker was not available. And looking at the names of the centers that he worked and the people or kids impacted, I can see it was so close to my place. And some of them, or one of them, is the place that I used to send my kids. So it is really impacting to me as a parent and as a community member, a person who worried about families and again single parenting families. Because if you are a single parent, you need to send your kids to a safe place while you're working hard for your family and bringing bread and dinner to the table. And then you are giving the full trust to the place that where the kids are under care. And that's what we are looking at, the right organizations where they do have an appropriate authorized license and good reputation, but these places are picking up the workers like this. And I heard from different people, we can't really complain because this area is really busy, and then you don't get any people, and there won't be any time to do the real police check or other other behavioral check or whatever, the good working check or reference check or anything. But think about it. You are putting the full faith about your loved ones on this organization, and that organization can't really make sure that the people who are working there doing this very specific jobs to these loved ones who doesn't know anything about the life of about this world, giving these things. This is not right. This is not what Australia deserved. This is not what mothers or parents deserve. We working hard, we giving our own money to build the country through taxes. We becoming the better citizens, doing all the laws in this country. And this is what we getting. Yes, I am upset and I'm sad because thinking about all these family members who impacted and all other parents who are thinking about these type of incidents may happen and never come up to this level and it is hidden. So how do we trust the people in these type of organizations? If you are an adult, you have the full responsibility to look after your safety, your mind, body, and spirit. But these children, how can they find out their own safety if the organizations can't make it happen? We always talk about child safety. We have all different rules and regulations about child safety. And is this what's happening? Is this what's the outcome? These are the questions that I am asking my listeners. If you are listening and if you think that Joshua is doing the right thing and it is okay, it's one among many different cases, why you worry about it? I want to know why. Because as a single mother, I was sending my kids almost 12 hours to the family care or other care, believing that they will look after their kids and then working hard and getting money and supporting the country, supporting the community by giving tax. I can stop working and I can get money from the government and I can live my life. But we are not cheating the system. Don't want to be like avoiding the skill set, avoiding the career progression. But we're working hard at the workplace and working hard as a parent. But to compromise those two parallel paths, we need to get help from the childcare system, early childhood systems. And then we're spending a lot of money for that improvement on that system. And is that what we're getting? I was discussing this with some public speakers last night, and the whole group was totally silent because there was no answers. We know that we are giving lots of fine and the rules are tougher and tougher for our traffic related fines. Why we are not doing anything or any serious testing or serious penalties for these type of crimes? This is not the first one. We heard similar person from other state, around 380 charges. What happened? It came to the community as a news. Sometimes, some weeks, we may be talking about it and it's gone under. I don't want this news going like that. I want Victorians. I want Melbourne people. I want Windham community come up with possible solutions because we are building a community in Windham with a great future. But having these type of incidents and impacting kids from the birth, we are destroying a generation. We are destroying a generation, giving them unnecessary impact that we could have avoided, we could have protected. We are giving them trauma, not to just to the kids, to the parents, to the community, to all the people involved. We are breaking the community here. We are not building the community here. So if you think that you are a person worried about you and your family, this news, you need to read and read and need to do something about it. You can notify the government leaders. You can notify all the politicians or your leaders, your community leaders. You should take at least one action. That's what I want you to do. As a mother, I request, because I know the pain to sending my kids in the early morning of 6 o'clock, believing that the whole day kids will be safe physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. psychologically. But all those areas are broken. And only one person is out. I believe there will be lots. Because I know true stories of these things happening in many different places as we speak. Not last year, not last month, this week. I know these things are happening. And then we are helpless because police is not able to help the victims. There are many different rules and policies and reasonings for not doing anything from child protection to forensic to police or family violence, wherever the area you go. You need to make a change. So, as a mother, as a parent, as a single mom again, as a community advocate for family violence and for women and children, I request think about the incident. If you do not know the details, Google it, read it, and do something that you can do. If not, win them. It's your mistake that you are not doing anything about these type of criminals. I can't even call these type of people human because if you have a bit of humanity, you can't really do any of these things. There is something serious about that person, and that person is not alone. There are many people roaming around through the streets, through the organizations, through the schools, and all the places where you and me going, where your kids and my kids are going. So let's do something as a community and put your thoughts as comments or emails or actions, whatever way that you can do. I hope you can help us. As a radio station, I would like to know your opinion about this matter. And if you have any personal comments, send to us. And we will be reaching to our political leaders and then see what they can do for this. This is Bismi Palati on 88.9 FM, your sound of West.